in. Hair weaves like Europeans, fake nails done by Koreans. Come again.
Today I'm going to be talking about what I experienced in the entrepreneur business class that I took, and I'm also going to be discussing the things that are taught in the class when it comes to Black people in the Black communities. The first thing I would like to address is the information that I got from the class was very, very good. I learned a lot, but I didn't feel so good in the classroom itself. For one, I was the only Black female in the class. Not to say that that's an issue, but it is when the other people in the class make you feel like you're not supposed to be there. I learned a lot, but I also realized that a lot of the things that were being taught in the class is also being taught by Dr. Boyce Watkins. And had I known that, I probably would have taken his class, because I probably would have felt more comfortable. Now, on the flip side of that, I'm kind of glad that I did take this other class, because it gives me an eye-opener on how other people see things and other races view us, our community, and our people. All of the instructors that came into this class was white. The only thing is I just hated going to this class. There were a couple of white people that were in the class that I would say was not racist, and I think one of the things that were being taught was what people should and shouldn't do with their money. Now, granted, I totally understand the message that has to be taught in the classroom, and they shouldn't adjust anything to make me feel comfortable. Now, I drive a white BMW, a X5, and when I come across other people who may be white or any other race, if they don't have that type of vehicle, they almost look at me like, how did I get it? Or if I'm not supposed to have it. They don't know me. I don't know why they feel that as a Black person, you can't have nice things, or as a Black person, if you have nice things, you really can't afford to have them, or you shouldn't have them if they don't have them, and they try to figure out how in the world did you get it and they don't have it. It's ridiculous. And they didn't know that, for one, I'm not a person who has a high expensive car, living or renting an apartment or living in the projects or whatever have you. I'm a person who's a homeowner who owns 2 homes. I have very good credit, and I don't have no car payments. But they didn't know that. All they seen was, here comes this young Black girl driving the car. But what was said in the class was, oh, you shouldn't run out and spend your money on these type of cars and like that you can't afford. I remember there was an old white guy in there, and he was like, yeah, he was so happy, and he was looking at me as if they wanted me to feel bad about the kind of car that I have. No, I like the car. That's why I bought it. I can afford the car. I don't have no car payments. I'm living in a house that I own, and I also have other property that I rent out. So you don't know me. You cannot sit there and look at that and judge me. Just because I'm Black doesn't mean that I can't have nice things because you don't have them, okay? And this is the problem that we face a lot, because most of the time Black people in nice cars are getting pulled over, just like that girl in the city in New York who ended up in a mental institute because they thought that she was crazy because they told her she couldn't afford the car. Like, how are these things still happening in today's time? I don't get it. They made it look like I was supposed to feel bad about what I had. No, I like it. I got it the same way you like what you got it. Okay, so now I'm going to be talking about what is being taught in these business classes when it comes to Black people and Black communities. You have to know who your demographics are, and that's very important because you need to know who you're going to be marketing to when you need to get the word out that your business is now up and running. There was an issue in the classroom, and it was funny because I didn't take offense to it, but somebody obviously did, and they called up and complained about it. Now, he said, when to know your demographics, you're going to have to know, their race and things like that, obviously. And then when he started to speak on certain things, he used Kentucky Fried Chicken as a example, and he said that the people that were advertising for that business, they had it in a parking lot or I forgot what he said, but it was in a location where it was a lot of white people and the business did not do good until they took it and put it in a black neighborhood, and everybody loved it because what do people think? That black people love chicken, right? So then I didn't take offense to that because honestly, like, I didn't really think that the guy was racist when he said it. I thought that he was being honest so that people can really know who their demographics are and stop being afraid to say it's all black or it's all white. And that made me feel comfortable to know that, you know what, I could freely say that this is who my demographics are. But somebody got mad, and when they listened to the recording, I don't know if it was somebody in the class or if it was the spouse of someone else, because it was two other black males in the class. I was the only black female, but there were 2 black males. Now, somebody must have called up and complained. The instructor, okay, he is not black nor white. He's Dominican, okay? The instructor came in and he didn't want us to record. And he was like, I need to know if anybody got a problem with the guy that's coming back. I'm not going to say names. So then everybody was like, nobody knew what he was talking about. And then he said, well, because someone complained and I need to get to the bottom of this because I need to know if someone else is not feeling comfortable, I'm going to ask him. He's not going to be able to come back and do the next part of the class. So, you know, everybody's looking around and he kept going. Like, he wouldn't stop. He kept pushing. But one thing I noticed is he kept looking at me. And even though he tried to make eye contact with everybody else, he kept mainly staring at me. And then he started saying things that I felt was more directed to me because I was the person in there who was in there for life coaching. He stated, well, me and the other lady, we're the ones that's life coaches. So what the hell does that have to do with what the person said? So I'm pressuring, like, so what did the person say? I kept asking, what did this person say? And I could tell you for 10% of me had a feeling that it had something to do with the black people like chicken. So he finally said the person complained about the, there was the topic of black people liking chicken. And from that point, I laughed, but I was kind of mad. I was mad because, for one, it wasn't me who complained. And number 2, I didn't even take offense to it, but I can understand how someone could. And number 3, the fact that he indirectly was insulting me, basically because his process of elimination was looking at everybody in the class and saying, well, it was a woman who called, and if it's about black people liking chicken, the only person that it could possibly be is Teresa. With this experience that I experienced in this classroom, there's definitely other ethnic groups who are very racist towards black people because they want to be accepted so bad from white people that they will go to the extremes of insulting and doing things to black people just so they can feel like they fit in. It's almost like that kid who wants to fit in with the bully crowd, the crowd that's bullies, and they'll do things to other people that may be similar to them or have the same discrimination against them. They'll do things against those other people just so the other people can like them and so they can fit in. And that's what I feel like I was going through in this classroom. Knowing your demographics and doing the research and things that they ask us to do, like our geographics and things. This is deep right here because this one, they taught us in the class that when you're doing that, you have to know where your business should be located. So you should go on certain websites. There's different websites that show you the population and things like that, of where the people are, their income, everything that you need to know about the people and locations before you put your business in this location. And one of the things that they also spoke of in this classroom was a guy made a statement. And he said to another white lady in the class, he goes, your business, because she wanted a health food store, your business should be targeted for middle-aged white women who are homeowners. That's what he said. Middle-aged white women who are homeowners. And I was just thinking like, damn. So this is what they're teaching people in the business class? Like, these type of healthy foods should only be targeted towards middle-aged white women who are homeowners. So you think that black women who are middle-aged homeowners, like myself, don't want to eat healthy? You think that I'm going to Kentucky Fried Chicken every day and eating that food? No. Even though I didn't get offended, when he said that, I thought, wow. what the hell is going on here? So when you get in these classes and they're teaching you certain things and they're teaching all these people things, they're telling you to put the chicken, the liquor stores, wig salons, and the nail spots in our neighborhoods. These people want us to support them and spend our money with them, and a lot of black people do, but they will never come in and support us in anything that we do. Do you think that these same people that you spend your money with will come into your community and spend their money with you? No, they won't. They're going to keep their money with their people in their neighborhood, and they're going to take what they think that black people like only and put it there. So I disagree with that terminology of putting the health food store there, because that's the people who want it. Because there's a lot of people who live in the projects or wherever you want to call it. And do you think that everybody in there wants to eat fried chicken and Chinese food all the time? Maybe these people, because they don't have enough money, maybe they can't get across town to that health food store because they don't have a vehicle or it's too far out of the way, whatever have you. But being that it's not accessible and tangible close by, we need to put things that help us and our people and our community. We don't just eat fried chicken. We don't just drink liquor. We don't just eat Chinese food. We don't all want to just be wearing weaves and I stopped getting my nails done. I stopped doing so many different things, spending my money with these people, because I started realizing that at the end of the day, I'm supporting the very people that would never support me and my people. What kind of person does that make me? I have to be aware and conscious of where I'm spending my money, because I could be investing into somebody who is going to take all the money that they got out of our communities, and the money that they got, they can do whatever with, and that money could be to destroy our people. That's why you got to know who and where you're spending your money. See, it's crazy because, as the battle that we face as black business owners is very deep. And as I stated in my other video, we have to deal with people not supporting us because of our skin color, and then turn around and think that we're going to get supported from our people, and they're not supporting us for that very reason, because a lot of black people, we don't trust each other, and we don't like each other. And and now when you go back to your customers need to know, like, and trust you. Well, guess what? We got two issues right there. Yeah, you may know me, but do you like me and do you trust me? And if you don't, why? And a lot of times, that's a lot of things that we face as black people in our communities when it comes to each other. Now, I'm not saying that we shouldn't be targeting or dealing with other people outside of our race. I'm just saying that we have a bigger issue that we need to face with our people first. And we have to see what's being taught in these classes. That's why I like Dr. Boyce Watkins, because he's about building the Black Wall Street and about building the black community. And he's about teaching us how to be better amongst ourselves. And that's very inspirational to me. Now, they clearly show exactly what they feel about us when they're doing these classes. What they're teaching, in these classes does affect us. And you have to understand how. So they might say, listen, these are the rules. We've been doing this for years. We know what we're doing. Yeah, I'm not going to take that away. Yes, they do know what they're doing. I'm sure that they're very successful people. It's also easier for them to be more successful in this country, as a white person, more privileged. But, what they're teaching is, listen, this is where you put this type of stuff, and this is where you put this type of stuff. And the problem is, when we got these liquor stores, these Chinese restaurants, these Kentucky Fried Chicken, and these weave stores, and these nail salons in our neighborhoods, we're spending our money and not consciously thinking about anything. See, these people, they target our money. They studied us, It's not their fault that we are buying this stuff. We keep buying it. They're going to keep putting it there because we keep supporting it. So the thing is, it's okay if you like chicken, if you like Chinese food, if you like weaves, or you want to get your nails done sometimes. But how much money are you really putting into these businesses? See, they become successful based off of the people that's spending their money with them. If they're there and nobody's spending their money with them, they can't be successful. So it doesn't mean that you don't ever buy these things. It just means that you got to be conscious of where you're spending your money. So, basically, they're targeting you. They're targeting me, they're targeting us, and they're targeting our money, And They do not think that we are aware of anything that's going on. And they are teaching this to people that come into this class. And these people are listening, and they are putting these businesses where they think they fit. But when they choose us as a people, when we fall into their demographics, we get the chicken and the liquor and the weaves. This is what we get, okay? Now I know there are plenty of black people, educated black people, smart and talented, successful black people that do not fall into these categories at all. But majority of our people may fall into these categories in these certain areas, and just doesn't mean don't ever buy this stuff. It just means that be aware, be conscious, know this is what's happening. So I'm gonna end the video. I want to thank you guys for watching again, and I want to let you know that this is new for me doing these videos, but the more I do it, the better I'll get at it. So when you see my flaws, don't pay attention to that. Just try to peep the message. All right, thanks for watching. Hit subscribe, hit like, and share.